So what is the divine ache? The divine ache is a feeling that we get when it's time to make a shift. When it's time to make a shift in our lives and move in a new direction. The divine ache demands that we look deeper into who we are, where we are, and ultimately directing us to awaken our truth. The divine ache shows up when it's time, when your time on that path is complete and it's time for your next level calling. And oftentimes your next level calling is not something that you really know how to do. Are you starting to sense that you can't emerge from this crisis the same person that you were? You see, because the only way to navigate yourself out of the divine ache is to get in alignment. Alignment with the truth of who you are, of why you're here, and what you're here to do in this season of your life. So I keep telling you that life is about cycles and seasons. And you gotta know if this is a season for planting, if this is a season for growing, or if this is a season for harvesting. And if you don't know that, you could be trying to plant when you're supposed to be harvesting. Can't you see that what you're going through has meaning? It has meaning because what we're calling a crisis is really not a crisis. It's a turning point. It's a defining moment. It's an awakening. This it that you're dealing with, it will reveal who you really are. And so what's being revealed in you as a result of what you've gone through? Because if you remain attached to your old ways of doing things, your old to-do list, your old agenda, you will miss what's trying to emerge through you. At this point, you've been trying to do it in your own strength, in your own might. But God has sent us a helper, and that dwells within us. And as you get still and listen to the quiet whispers of God, oh my Lord, you'll move from being a seeker to being a seer. Because when you force something to happen or you resist something from happening, you create more struggle. Learn to get in the flow. Learn to get in the flow, to understand the process of being, to be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. There are some things in your life that we need to fix, adjust, and reset. Become. This is how you emerge differently. Resetting is more about who you become. It's about cultivating the soil of your soul. So I ask you, what kind of life do you want to live? When you answer from your deepest place, you will walk it out in the earth. We step over the threshold of our forgetfulness back to the sacred space of remembrance of who we are. Our cosmic alarm has gone off. And we all hear it. It's gone off because it's time for us to wake up. That's the seasons and the cycles of life. And we learn to ride and to go through the flow and understand that pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. And we don't always have to fix it. We just gotta be mindful and understand that we move in faith. And in him we move, we live, we breathe, we have our very being. And that without faith, it is impossible to please God. That everything that we do is a faith walk, and you got to trust the process. Well, what if it don't work? What if it does? Well, what if it don't happen? What if it does? Well, what if it don't last? But what if it does? And that's what you got to believe. Life is so fragile. Get the goodie out of it. Get the goodie out of it.